Hello again, this is Jasmina, and in this video I'm going to talk about Her2 elements. They are a form of special formation that does not affect the entire house, but has very strong effects on a single area of your house. So the rooms that are affected by these Her2 elements, they will have really good energies that are very good for specific purposes. Now they may be permanent or they may be annual, just like a lot of the special formations. It is all based on the Her2 and the Lo Shu. This is the Lo Shu. This is the heart of most of Chinese metaphysics, actually, certainly of Feng Shui. These things are color-coded. Period 1 is a water star. Or I should say star 1 is a water star, and periods 2, 5, and 8 are earth stars, so they have this kind of tannish color. 3 and 4 are wood stars, they have green. 6 and 7 are metal stars in this gray, and 9 is a fire star, which is in a reddish color. And if you remember me talking, or if you've listened to my preparing for period 9, you will know that period 9 has a lot of innovation, a lot of change. It will be probably a rather interesting period. This is the Her2. It has the same color code, but these are different numbers. And you just have to live with it. Don't worry about it. This is just the way it is. And most people won't be doing this in great detail anyway. I do this for you. I just want to show you how it's done. So what this means is you have both 7 and 2 in a single box or single sector in your flying star chart. Then either if it's in the south with the 9 or the annual star 9 enters, then you have a Her2 fire element. The 4 and the 9 create metal, and if you have it with the 6 or the 7, you'll have a Her2 metal element. If you have 1 and 6 in the same box again, and if it's either in the north or the annual star 1 enters, then you have a Her2 water element. And then you've got the 3 and the 8, which are wood. And if a 3 or a 4 enters, or it's in either of these two sectors in the same box, you have both numbers, then you have a Her2 wood element. And each one of these has special features. And this tells you how it works and what energies it gives you in that particular area of your house. Now they can be natal. They can be permanent. They come from your natal flying star chart. So when it comes to the fire element, you have to have 2 and 7. They could be any one of the 3 stars, but they have to be in the south. They could be the base star, the facing star, or sitting star. As long as you have 2 and 7 and it's located in the south, then you have a permanent fire element. This gives you motivation, inspiration, innovation. This is a very good sector if you have it. Now, this is rare. In fact, all of the permanent ones are quite rare. We have 6 and 1, if they're together in a single box in your flying star chart and in the north, then you have a permanent water Her2. And that will give you wisdom, recognition, and help from important people. These are people who are basically in your field, who take a liking to you and want to help you. So these are very important people. If you are talking about the wood element, you need both 3 and 8 in the same box of your flying star chart, but they can either be in your east or your southeast. So that's the east or southeast. And that will give you growth, improvement, and transformation. If you have this is a very, very good place to place a home gym if your goal is to become fit, because this can transform your body. This is a really interesting sector. But again, it's rare. If you have both a 4 and a 9, either in the west or northwest, then you have a permanent metal HER2 element, and that will give you willpower and leadership. Now, in addition, this central column here, this southwest, center, and northeast, they are earth. Now, you notice I didn't talk about earth, but fire produces earth. So if you have this combination in any one of these, you get a permanent fire and earth HER2. Now this gives you all the elements of fire, but it also gives you stability from the earth. So this is even better. You can also have it as an annual star or an annual event. So you can have 2 or 7 anywhere in your chart, and you just wait for the annual star 9 to enter that sector where you already have both 2 and 7. As you might expect, this is a lot more common. You could have certain combinations aren't unusual at all, and you just have to wait for the right year. You get the same features or energies that you get for a permanent one, it just only lasts a year. Now, in some ways, this is even stronger because it gives you a sudden burst, and you may actually find yourself doing more than you might if it were a permanent feature. So this is very good. Same thing with water. If you have a 1 and a 6 anywhere in the chart, you just wait, and it has to be in the same box, remember. You just wait for the annual star 1 to come, and then you get all this. If you have the combo 3 and 8 in a single box of your flying star chart, you just wait for 3 or 4 to come along as the annual star, and then you have the wood, an annual HER2 wood element, which gives you all this. And if you've been thinking about starting, this is a really good time to start. If you've been thinking about working out and becoming fit, this is a good time to start in this location wherever you have the 3 and the 8 and the 3 and the 4 have entered, either one. Now, this will be 2 consecutive years, so this is enough to get a very good habit, and you can keep this up for very long if you can get into a habit. If you have the 4 and the 9 in a single sector or single box of your flying star chart, you can just wait for the 6 or the 7 to enter, and then you'll have an annual HER2 metal, which gives you this. So it's the same thing, it just is annual instead of temporary. And of course, this will always be permanent. So this is why I'm not discussing it as annual, because if you have the 2 and the 7 anywhere here, it's already there. It's basically only permanent. So I'm going to give you an example. This is a period 8 house, north 1 facing. So there's the facing direction here. If we look at this, do we have any permanent formations? Well, we do not have a 6 or a 1 here, so we don't have water. We don't have a 3 or an 8 or a 2 or a 7, so we don't have it here. We don't have 3 and 8 here or here, so we don't have that. We don't have 2 and 7 either of these or this one. We don't have that. Here we do not have the 4 and the 9, but we do here. So this is a permanently good sector of your house. And it is a permanent mental HER2, which will give you willpower and leadership. Now, even if your Chi-Men chart in this area of the house is not great, this is strong enough that you can use it and that you shouldn't be afraid to use it. This is a very, very good sector of your house. Great place for your home office. So now we go to the annual. So we have 2 and 7. We have 1 and 6. In fact, we have 1 and 6 twice. We have a 1 and 6 here, and we have a 3 and 8 here. So all of these have a possibility. They just have to wait for the right year to come along. And so this is what we have when you add it all up. 3 and 7, what does it need? It needs a 9. Well, 9 will enter this sector of your house in 2026. I mean, yes, 2026, yes. And in the East, you have the 1 and the 6, so we're waiting for 1. 1 will enter in 2024. Here we have again 1 and 6. We're waiting for 1 to enter. That will enter in 2029. And here in the center, we have 8 and 3. And when we just need to have 3 or 4 enter, and that will be at least 2024 and probably 2023 also. Have to check. But we have this as a permanently good place. It's all years, it'll be good. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Now, I will do all this for you. I just wanted to show you what is done and how this is done, so you have some idea of the work that goes into this. I do this for you. You don't have to worry about it. But I just think you should know how this works so you can have some level of confidence in it. So that's basically it. Please contact me here if you have any questions, and you can visit my website for some extra videos. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe, because I will have videos out on a regular basis. Thank you again.